Hi, Lacey. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here.
Wonderful. Okay, so you run Girls, Gays, and Days, and it just happened.
I do. I guess I call myself a showrunner, mainly because so if you haven't heard about Girls, Gays, and Days, it is a variety show. We do improv, we do stand-up, we do sketch, and we even have a drag queen that comes from outside of the immediate Comedy Spot community. It's really fun. And we just highlight different voices. We want to make sure that we are having a platform for girls, so women, but also LGBTQIA plus members and non-binary people. It's really fun.
Yeah, I was in it. It was awesome. Yay! I really enjoyed myself. I played a priest.
You did.
So that was very fun.
You exorcised a fuckboy.
I did.
You exorcised a demon. Am I allowed to say F? I'm not going to say it. An F-boy. Like F-boy Island.
No, you're getting the thumbs up from Brian. You can say fuck on this show.
Oh, fuck. Okay. So, yeah, it was fantastic. And Stacy was the fuckboy. I'm sure you guys, if you are a fan of watching Comedy Spot online, you know Stacy.
Yeah.
She is on Movie Libs and Squad Patrol. She's a powerhouse. So it was really fun.
It was awesome. She wrote the sketch and it was really, really funny. And we kept having to pause for laughs.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. The next Girls, Gays, and Days is
June 21st.
June 21st. I'll also be in that one.
Yes. We are. I can't reveal what we're doing. I don't want to reveal it. You'll just have to tune in person to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should buy your tickets early too because it sold out.
Yes.
Last time.
Four out of four have been sold out. So, yeah, it's a really fun show. And I really enjoy working with people that I don't get to always work with all the time. So that's really fun. And there's been a lot of people that I've worked with for the first time on Girls, Gays, and Days, and they have become some of my favorite people. And we've been doing it for a little over a year. Our anniversary was March 31st. So we just hit
wonderful.
A little over a year. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's every 3 months or so.
Yeah, it's a very impressive, I would say, large production to put on. So
yes, it is a lot of behind the scenes, but I will say it's worth it. It's really fun. So yeah.
Nice. You're also, I would say, a prolific guest performer and coach at the Comedy Spot also.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So I was on a show called Pitch Please for 2.5 years, maybe 2 years. And we are on an indefinite hiatus because we were just all really, our lives were not coinciding for rehearsals and stuff like that. So even though I'm no longer on that show, I've been very lucky to be able to guest, and I'm guesting on Lady Business right now. I've guested on Riot and Trash Movie, which is coming up, I think, this week.
This week, on Saturday.
Yeah. And some other shows. Oh, You the Musical I've guested on. Yeah. It's really fun. I like guesting on shows, so it's fun. And I also coach Genre High, and I'm guest coaching for Bardic and Once Upon a Line this week. So,
literally tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you. We appreciate it a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so when did you start at the Comedy Spot, and what made you want to do improv?
Oh, so those are two different timelines. I will start it this way.
Okay.
I saw Whose Line Is It Anyway? On Comedy Central when I was 11 or 12 years old. And I said, what is that? Whatever that is, I want to do it. And I lived in San Francisco. That's where I grew up. So my dad called, he opened the Yellow Pages. That's giving away my age. He opened the Yellow Pages because there was no Google. And he called every theater that said improv, under improv.
Whoa.
And they all said, sorry, we only do adult classes. And finally, he called every single one, and he was like, oh, shit. So he called the one nicest lady back and said, hey, I called everywhere else and places that you recommended. No one's going to take a 12-year-old. And she said, you know what? Fine, you can come to one class, but you have to be with her because I'm not watching a child. So my dad and I took improv classes. Aww. I know. Took improv classes from I was 12 to 14. By 14, Marsha Her name is Marsha Kimmel, and she's still teaching improv in a nursing home, you guys. It's wild. She's like improv for life. She was like, okay, now she's 14. She can be on her own. And then I took a hiatus because life happened. And about 17 years later, I rejoined. I saw my friend Enoch, who's a fellow photographer, had just gotten onto a Herald team. And I said, oh, shit, they do Herald here? So I started taking classes in 2019. That's a long-winded answer to say 2019.
That's okay. It was a good story about your life.
Yeah.
I also did improv in middle school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I took a class in middle school.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I did theater and stuff, but I did musical theater, so they didn't do a lot of improv techniques until I got, into high school and college and stuff. And then I got to take like theater improv, which is not the same. It's not the same, but it's still, it scratched the itch for a while, and then, life and money happen and you can't do stuff for a while. You just have to work and go to school. So, yeah.
But you were able to return to it.
Yes, which I'm very grateful for.
Also, sorry, you mentioned musicals, and so we do have to talk about them now. What's your favorite musical?
Oh, boy. Oh, that's tough. Sometimes it depends on the day. I'm a big musical fan. I'm going to say, if I'm being a snob, Come From Away. If I'm not being, I know. If I'm not being a snob, I'm going to say Company, because I just think it's fun. I love it.
I love both of those. I mean, Come From Away, once you start crying when you watch that, you just don't stop crying.
Yeah. It's so moving. It's so beautiful.
Good.
But I've seen a lot of productions. I was lucky enough to work at a big musical theater company. When I was in college, I was like the ticket taker, and then I got to be backstage for some stuff, and I got to see really cool productions.
That's awesome.
And I got to be in some stuff, not on that level, but I got to be in some things since 6 years old. So
that's wonderful.
It was really fun. Yeah. Lots of dance and stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I have some other questions for you. What is your favorite sound?
Wah.
That's great. And what's your least favorite sound? Okay, and if those two sounds fought, first of all, what would it sound like? And second of all, who would win?
Oh, well, wah would definitely win, but it would sound... which is, honestly, what I sound like when I've had bad tacos. But it's fine. Have I had a few moments like that? Yes. I think wah would win just because it has energy.
Yeah, it does.
It's like the last dying gasp of whatever is happening. So, yeah. What a fun question.
Thank you.
I love it.
Okay. Do you like loose pants or leggings more?
Oh, boy. It depends on the activity. Here's the thing. If it's raining, I lived through the late 90s and 2000s as a teenager, and I love a loose pant. But if it's raining, or if they're too long and I am short of leg, which we talked about before we were on, you're just asking for wet ankles. But I think they look better. That being said, I don't like a loose pant if I'm on stage and dancing around like a crazy person, because you get all... I like to do weird stuff. I don't want to be constrained at all. So, yeah.
I thought when you talked about raining and then you're like, I lived through the late 90s, early 2000s, I thought you were going to just say it rained a lot then. And I was like, oh, because it was an El Nino year? Or why was it especially raining?
Yes, the weather patterns of the late 90s. That's my Jeopardy spot. I know him very well. No, it's just, I lived through, anytime it rained, I keep saying I'm from the Bay Area, but I came from a sad part of the Bay Area where it was always rainy. Like Pacifica area. It's always foggy.
Always foggy.
Yes, Daly City, Pacifica, you're never not wet. Okay? And I wore long, big pants that would just soak up all the water, basically to your knees. And that's how I lived my life. I thought I looked cute. And then I look back and see pictures and cringe.
Stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, my grandpa has a story from the 50s about driving in that area, and it was so foggy they had to open the car door and look down to see the lines in the road because, like, you couldn't see anything in front of you.
Yeah.
It's really foggy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what's your favorite dance move?
Can I do it? I can't do it because it's full body.
Describe it in detail.
You know what? I'm just going to go back to tap and just say a time step. I like a double time step or a double triple time step. Okay? That's what I like.
Can you, like, tap it out? Or I'm going to assume it's time traveling unless you explain.
Can you hear that?
Yeah,
Probably not.
it's like a good soft shoe.
I'm wearing Crocs, okay? So they're not good taps. But I did tap in Weird Strange Bizarre with M, who's a fantastic tap dancer. It was really fun.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yes, and that is the second time I've got to tap at the Comedy Spot, and I will tap anytime. It was really fun.
Don't freaking tempt me. I'll do it.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. My next question is choose a new middle name right now.
Oh, shoot, but I have such a good one.
What is it?
It's Monet.
Oh, that is really good.
Because my mom was like, we're from Indiana. We want to be fancy. We're going to name you Monet. All of my siblings have French middle names and not a single percentage of French in our lineage. Pick a new. It's Wah. That's my new. Because, like I said, it's going to win a fight.
Yeah. It has improv energy.
Yeah. Lacey, Wah. Carroll, I'm here for it.
Have you been to France and talked to the French people about your French name but lack of French ancestry?
I have been to France.
Uh-huh.
They make me feel bad about myself. So I'm not going to ask about, my middle name's Monet. You heard of him?
Hey, French people, knock it off. She's great.
I got hit by a bus in France.
Oh, my God.
On my honeymoon. So I don't think I'm welcome back.
Okay, well, they were mean to you. We don't want to go back.
I thought it would be very romantic to get on a bike with my husband in front of me. Not a tandem bike, just two bikes. We rented bikes along the Seine. They said, what if we ride our bikes from the Louvre to the Eiffel Tower? We were in Paris for a day because I'd already been there twice and also had bad experiences. And there was a part of the main thoroughfare that was under construction, so I went on the street because I didn't want to be in the middle of the street, and I started getting yelled at in French. And so I was like, I guess I'm going to go because I can't stand up for myself apparently in foreign countries. And so I was just, okay, I'll be on the street. And then I just see a shadow. And they luckily weren't going fast, and they bumped my back tire, and the tire went this way, thankfully. So when I fell, it was death or a bruised tailbone, and I got a bruised tailbone from the seat. But if I would have fallen this way, I don't think I'd be here today. And they kept going. The bus kept going. They didn't give a shit. And my husband kept going because he didn't know. So when I finally came to my senses, I was like, I've been hit by a bus. And he came back and we figured it out. So, yeah, I'm alive today to tell the tale.
Wow. I'm so happy that you survived.
Thank you.
Don't go back to France.
I'm not.
Okay,
actually,
good.
I might be, but I don't know where I'm going in 5 days. I'm going on a trip. Oh. And it's a mystery trip.
Oh, okay.
But I did say no France, so I'm not going to France. It's good.
Okay.
It's all good.
Well, you're going on a mystery trip in 5 days?
I am leaving. I don't want to make this a plug for what if it's a terrible trip, but it's called Journey. It's a company. You fill out a bunch of questions and they create a trip for you. And I need this because I love my husband, but I have to do all the planning on almost every trip. And I didn't want to this time, so I have someone else doing it, and I'm very excited for it.
Okay, wait, that's really cool. I'm excited to hear about it.
Yes, I will be posting. So.
Wonderful. Okay, I have one last question, then we have a whittle game to play. Inside or outside?
Outside. Except
Same.
for allergy season.
Which is
gum tree season.
Right now.
And the summer. Okay, outside if it's spring, fall, or winter.
Not
inside.
Summer.
Oh, I hate summers here. Look how pale I am, guys. I am meant for the previous weather I was talking about. Foggy, Irish coast. That's where I'm meant to be. And I'm here. The sunniest place on earth. It is, Weather Channel has determined that Sacramento and a place in Tanzania are the 2 places that are the sunniest on earth, and I am here.
Wait, sorry. That's bananas.
That's a true statement.
Wow.
That we have longer amount of sun, and I'm a photographer by trade. That is my job, and I'm outside a lot, and I'm very pale. So I always have massive amounts of sunscreen on.
Everybody, this summer, think continued pale indoor thoughts for Lacey.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay, so the game we're going to play, you are very good at character work, so I thought we could play a game called John the Loquacious Gardener. It's a pretty standard improv warm-up game, but basically the person who is not the character, and Brian will give you a character to act out very briefly. We can do a couple rounds of this.
Ooh.
We can trade off if you want. Brian's eyebrows got really high. I
love it.
We can, if you don't want to participate,
No,
you.
I'll help out. Wait.
Okay.
I can help out.
Okay.
Can I just say, I got to be on a team with Chandra. I don't know if you guys know Chandra Howard. She's amazing. And I keep it on my wall. If you're ever on a Helix team with Chandra, you get little awards afterwards because she's the loveliest human on the planet. And it was great characters, and it made me feel good inside. And sometimes I just look at it and smile. So that's all.
That's delightful. Okay, so I will give the name, Brian can give the adjective, and then I will give the occupation. Does that sound good to everybody?
Yeah.
Brian, are you ready?
I'm ready to go. You can't see me on film. I'm just the voice in the background, like the producer. But yeah, I'm good to go.
Okay, great. Your name will be Andrea, the
Spunky
doctor.
Hey, I'm Andrea, the spunky doctor. Now go ahead and open your mouth for you. Ooh, look at that tongue. I bet you it does a lot of stuff. That's me. How long am I supposed to go? Am I supposed to?
No, I think that was great.
good,
Just
yeah.
a little tagline. Sorry, was the person sick or was Andrea coming on to them?
They were just impressed by the tongue. There was no coming on.
Okay, cool.
They just were spunky for life.
That's great. In this
for
house,
life
we
things.
respect HIPAA.
Yeah. We don't want, there's no nonsense. She's still a no-nonsense doctor. She just likes to point out things.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So you now can think of a name. Brian can give us another adjective if he wants, and then I'll do one.
All right. I'm thinking.
Oh, I'm giving a name?
You're giving.
Yeah, I'll do the character now.
Okay, Barnabas, the
Blustering.
janitor.
Whoa. It was clean when I was last there, I swear. No, in the closet. Oh, there was kids being out in there. Oh, my job's on the line.
Your job's on the line. I love it.
Yeah, well, if you just let kids make out in your broom closet, they're going to ask some questions.
Yeah, that's bad. Yeah. Shit, fan.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay. Geronimo, the...
Sensitive.
Oh, it's me. Golfer.
Hey, I just don't know what club to pick. I mean, if I pick the driver, who's always picked, then it's gonna hurt the wedge. And if I pick the wedge, then the putter's gonna be really upset, and then I don't even know with the irons.
You know a lot more about golf than I do.
Well, I was my dad's caddy, but it was his way of getting me. The only way to get me on a golf course was promising me I could drive the cart at 11 and 12 years old. So he would drive away from the people that could see me drive, and then switch with me, and then I would drive the rest of the way. And then I learned a little through osmosis some golf terms. So there we go.
Driving a golf cart is really, really fun.
It's so fun. I almost killed one person, but it was fine. They're alive today. So
Did you hit them?
I did.
Okay, so I mean, I know the bus hit you. You hit a person. It feels like a lot of tit for tat in this life.
It's kind of even now, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm just realizing that was all karma. Oops.
Oopsie.
Sorry. His name was Michael. I just saw him the other day. He's fine.
Cool.
Anyway, yeah. I was going to do a bit, but I'm just going to point out that if you have watched Corky's video, and like I said earlier, he's an absolute smoke show. The point of there's improv rules, is heightening. And you go from Corky, improviser of the year 2023, to me, Girls, Gays, and Nays, showrunner winner. That's not, rules of improv, it's still not there. So I decided to not be outdone, and I brought my tiny hat. So I'm going to wear this for the rest of the short part of the interview.
What is a tiny hat?
Oh, well, the Tiny Hat Award, which Jordan has won as well, is the community, cheerleader award, I think is a good, shortened
Yeah, that's
term
pretty
for it.
accurate. Yeah, it's like the most welcoming, most nicest person at the comedy spot.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I'm proud of it. But I listen, you had Ruben, and then Mickey, and then Holly, and then Corky, and then Lacey. So with the rules of improv.
Whoa.
But all of their interviews were so good. So I was like, oh, I gotta bring my hat.
I love that you did your research. Thank you so much for watching our show.
I watch it every time it's on. And I watched Corky's today, but I watched Holly's last week. I watched Ruben's I watched Mickey's. Yeah.
Wow.
I like watching people that I know do stuff. They're all funny people.
That's true, they are.
Yeah.
And also, you are funny.
Oh, thank you.
So... Okay, well, that is the end of our interview. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. And we have Unscripted Melodies, May 10th.
May 10th.
Jordan's on it. Brian's on it. So...
Thank you. Sorry, are you also on it?
I'm on it, too.
Okay, you didn't specify.
Royal we. All three of us are on it. All three of us that are in this room are in Unscripted Melodies, which is May
10th. It's a Friday, 7:30 p.m. Come see it.
Before Triple Decker,
which is also fun.
A
A lot of good musical improv rumbling up.
Mm-hmm.